welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we're going to be doing things we just don't understand. We did some TikToks with some small ideas, but we're doing it out here so we can have like more space to really go in depth and talk about why we don't understand a lot of things. And we're here today with
Kaitlyn.
first thing. Ellie, you want to start?
Let's start let's start it off with colors.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the idea that like I could see pink, like my blanket could be yellow, right? But like Mary could see it as pink, but like I see it as yellow, and yellow is orange or green.
Yeah, and like I think the thing is crazy though, like actually that like a lot of people like have come up with this idea by themselves. Like I was sitting in my room like when I was like, I don't know, maybe 10, and I thought of this by myself, but so many other people like thought of it by themselves. Like it's not something like you just came across one day. Like you were thinking about it.
You told me.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
But like
when we were camping, you guys brought it up, and I was like, that makes so much sense. I don't think of things by myself.
Well, I thought it was like a pretty universal experience. Like every day, like somebody like someday, like every person, like besides you, woke up and was just like, whoa, like this is so crazy. So
yeah.
like, you know?
Yeah. And
like,
it makes sense.
Yeah. Cause like, okay, like let's just say everything's just like a different, like even like, you know, when you're looking at the TVs in the store and they're all just a little bit different. Like what if everybody like
even just different like tones?
Yeah, even like
something.
even if it's not an entirely different color to someone, what if it's just a different tone? And like bright is really, really bright for some people, so they really don't like it. And so like bright for other people is just like normal for someone else.
Bad. Yeah.
I actually just thought of that. Yeah. That is crazy. Cause like
perception of light and color.
Yeah. The human body makes no sense. And I don't care how much you study and learn about it. Like just the fundamentals, like wrapping your head, you can't wrap your head around it.
Because it's thinking about yourself. Like your brain can't think about your brain.
Yeah, because like I've never seen my brain. I've only been told by doctors what my brain even looks like. I've only seen pictures. Well, no doctors told me what my brain looks like.
Maybe you were like teachers.
Yeah, like a teacher would tell me, like in a book, you would say, be like, this is your brain. But like, I've never seen my brain. But it, like, my brain has seen my brain through pictures.
A brain, yeah.
That's cool. So do you think the inside of me, like, so my brain knows what every one of my body parts looks like?
And we've talked about the fact too, like, what if your insides are different colors than my insides?
What?
Like if you have like a pink heart and then somebody else has like a red heart.
Oh. Yeah, that could be. I'm sure it wouldn't be like
no one's ever
purple.
Specifically cut open your body, so you don't know.
You could be like the one abnormal person with like a blue heart. Because you do have blue veins. So what if your blue veins just took over your heart?
Yeah.
Also, we know nothing about this. Let's just put that out there. But like, even like, just like I get it's basic, but like breathing, blinking,
yeah,
like swallowing, spit producing. Yeah. That's gross. First of all, and like water around your eyes producing.
Like I can't think of the word. Like just natural, like
natural.
Like you don't have to think
order.
about it. Things.
Like, yeah. Because like
how you see with your brain, like how on a computer screen, like how it's like all pixels
you're looking with your
stuff.
eyes, but you see it in your brain.
Yeah.
Like
that's weird. I don't know.
Super.
And so off of body, we also had sleeping. Like you just like lay down and like that like re-energizes.
But you're
you for
just
the day.
like gone for that amount of time, and then you wake up, and then like it. Like, sometimes, like, you felt like, oh, like, I dreamt a lot. But it's, like, sometimes you fall asleep, you wake up. That period of time is just gone. And that makes no sense because, like, you're there the whole time, but you're just you just shut off.
Yeah.
Like and,
you can't remember. Yeah.
At this point,
And, like, the time passes so differently, like, when you're asleep.
Yes, like, it doesn't, yeah, like, how can I not remember, like, what's happening while I'm sleeping?
Yeah.
Because you're sleeping.
I'm not really appreciating the input from the back seat right now.
I'm the back center of attention. And I'm in the video.
Okay, good for you. So I was thinking like programming and coding and all of that, because it's like you think about it, you like program it to do a certain thing. That makes sense. But like you lose me when you get into like, oh, I type 10010, like at some point that had to mean something to some computer for it to be able to do something. So I already had to have a basis, but if you're making it,
you can't tell it to remember what you're telling it if you didn't tell it to remember what you told it before.
Yes. You explained that very good.
Yeah. My thing was like the light show too, like how they like make the things do, like they all have to be connected some way. It's probably really simple actually for that. We just don't know.
Yeah. Because like we took robotics and we kind of did just a little bit of.
But like
coding.
That's an already set like program site.
Yeah, and you like have to type like what's like there's certain like abbreviated words that you type and you have to like have all the little and like who decided those and like why do they work?
Doesn't a computer have to make a computer?
What do you mean?
Would you have to use a computer to like tell a computer what it should do? Like my laptop knows what to do, but wouldn't another computer have had to told it to do that? Like how did they program the computer that would program other things?
Like you have to type in on a different computer the commands to program the one computer.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't get it.
Right.
That's super
way out of my pay grade.
And I think you just have to accept like there's so many things you're just never gonna understand.
Know.
And like even like the people who understand it, they don't really understand it. They just know like this is how it works, but you don't know why really. I feel like or maybe we just need to be sat down by some like really up there like person who just like knows a lot and just be like, I think that would actually be very beneficial to just ask all of my questions.
Yeah. Agreed.
Thanks.
My gosh.
It is 1:30 in the morning.
It's
almost 2.
What are you doing up?
It's 1:46, almost 1:50.
Like everything we've ever been told to like invent like has already been come up with. Like I feel like everything's already been invented. But like people continue to invent things.
And like how do you like make something out of something that wasn't there?
Yeah, like who was like we need a light bulb
or like we need a smartphone
or like, even just electricity.
Yeah.
Like they had like firewood and stuff. Who was like, let's see if we can do this to this to this to this and make it easier to do that.
Benjamin Franklin.
He did the key on the kite.
Which, what? Like,
why?
Why? Like, who said, oh, well, he did.
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin. But, like, he was just like, oh, let me tie this key to this kite, and it'll be electricity.
Like, yeah, he was, like, harnessing the lightning, or, like...
And everybody's, like, praises him for it, but why does that even make sense?
Or, like... But yeah, like when we try to invent things, maybe we're just not as smart as all these other people. If I try to invent something, it's already been thought of. But I feel like back then it was easier because they had less.
Yeah, but they also had less to go off of. But the thing is, I think you have to be like just like incredibly creative because like you have to think, oh, like I'm gonna make this, but like there's nothing like. Oh, it's gonna look like, because no, it's not gonna look like anything, because like it's new, and it's like, but like the thing is, I would say we're pretty creative.
Yeah, but I could never invent
anything. And like
even for art, we always had to look at other stuff to like even think to do
like
anything.
inspiration and like inventing's like solving problems, but like
You're like, why didn't I think of that?
right, and because it's always just so like
Makes sense.
obviously,
Yeah.
you know, like the non-stick like frying pans. Who would have thought? Not me. But do you know how smart that is?
Or
for
just
when
like
you're making eggs and then they don't stick to the pan.
Like today.
Yeah. Cars. Like, you had to be, like, somebody, like, because it had to be crazy, right? Because you have to have these roads, but you already had the roads. We've already talked about
we
this.
had the roads because of the carriages.
Because of the carriages. But then you had to make more roads for these, like cars.
highways.
And, like, you're like...
We did talk about this because we looked up, like, the first highway.
Yeah.
Like...
So, like, what were they thinking? That, like, it's going to be a motorized carriage?
Right.
Like... And, like, was motorized even a word? I don't know. Did they come up with the word motorized?
Wasn't this Henry Ford?
I don't know. Henry Ford had a lot to do with cars.
Yeah.
I feel like he was, like, the production person.
Yeah,
he didn't
the
invent
assembly line. He did that.
But I feel like he gets more credit than the person who made cars does.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, like, I like, right now, like, I couldn't tell you who made cars, but Henry Ford. You know, he's from Michigan.
Yeah. Detroit.
And then there's cars. There's Ford.
That's what's
Chevy.
crazy. Like, Ford, and he was, like, from Michigan.
Yeah, he's like...
Just
like, there's not a lot, like, you can, like, Michigan, you know?
yeah.
Like, there's so much better places in the world that, like, you always hear about, but you
There's
rarely
not,
ever
like,
hear about
better,
Michigan.
but there's, like, bigger.
Yeah. Like, you hear about
Michigan's
New
pretty,
York.
like...
Like, if you
It's
have,
like,
like, a
it's
big
like there's
place,
a lot
like,
of people in Michigan, but it's kind of like a big, small community.
yeah, it's chill.
Yeah.
It's chill.
Except for the people... There's out there people in
There's
Michigan.
crazy
There are crazy people in Michigan, but, like...
But, like, I feel like there's, like,
There's
California.
a Michigan mindset.
California's so big that, yeah, of course things were gonna happen there.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to the Upper Peninsula, nothing's happening there.
There's no one even there. It's like, but like,
woods.
there's like, there's no one there, but like, even with that, there's still like no one there. Like,
Yeah.
you'd think more people would be like, oh, there's no one there. I'm gonna move there. But
Yeah.
no. There's still no one
It's
there.
really chill up there.
And like, you're driving around and you're like, oh, it's forest.
It's crazy.
Forest. The Detroit, like, surrounding every expressway
Well, like,
situation
I think
where
it's
there's like
just-
20 lanes.
Just also because we don't know, like, parallel parking. Like, we don't even
Yeah.
have that. So then if you go anywhere with parallel
I
parking,
couldn't
it's a little...
live somewhere like in a big city, like where you were around that all the time.
Yeah.
Because I like the small like roads where you know like where you're going and you can there's
Yeah.
parking lots and
Right. There's
like,
all parking lots.
you can park anywhere for free.
That too.
And do you know how much money that would end up adding up to if every time you went somewhere you had to pay for parking? I mean, a lot of people do because a lot of people live in these big cities.
Yeah.
I just don't see the appeal, honestly. Because isn't Detroit also expensive? Because
I
Very.
don't know.
Like, the houses in Detroit.
but like, I don't
And,
know.
like, an apartment, like, some places cost as much as, like, a house here.
Yeah, like New York's crazy, man. Like that's not even like that's just companies being greedy. And like
Yeah. And, like, overpopulation and stuff, too.
yeah.
Like, they probably have to charge more if more people want.
And like who decided like New York or like
Like,
LA.
why new?
Or,
Like, there
like-
wasn't one in the first
no,
place. I think,
that
why
is
does
not
there have
what
to
I
be a
was
new
saying.
one?
No, nope.
That's
No.
what I'm...
Not where we
No.
were going. I mean, because wasn't LA, like, the gold rush? Like, everybody went out there for the gold rush. But I don't know what New York. I don't know what
They
that
got the
was.
statue. Man.
I guess.
They got the statue imported through the French guy and yeah,
The
it
French
just
guy?
set everything up. They're by the water.
Yeah.
That was what it
That's
was.
probably it. Yeah, because that's all Florida had was, like, the oceans. Yeah.
You're pretty quiet back there, actually.
I know, because I don't know what you're going to say next. You
Neither
guys,
do I.
You guys are just flying free. I don't know where you're gonna fly to, but it's definitely
Okay,
not
but you
Florida.
contribute. Whoa.
No.
We're going to Florida.
No. Okay.
Yeah, we are. We are flying to
But, like-
Florida in March.
Nothing.
What's the most underrated kids show, TV show? I've got mine.
What's yours?
No. You gotta go first, because you're just gonna
Martha
agree with me.
Speaks.
I agree so much, but that's not what I was gonna say. Kaitlyn? Most underrated kids TV show. Go.
Pokio. Like,
Absolutely not. That is perfectly rated right where it is.
No one watches it. No one
Exactly.
talks about
I don't know
it.
what that is.
Exactly.
No one talks about it.
It's about the
But
kid,
it's so
and he doesn't
cute.
talk,
It's
and
so
nobody
cute.
talks.
Was it a
And then he's in the white room
No.
all the time.
It's just
I
like
think
a
they made a
plain.
movie.
It's just like a.
Pocoyo.
Yeah. Pocoyo.
I've never
There's
seen
like a
it.
narrator. I don't know.
And
It's
like-
perfectly rated right where it is.
Caillou.
No, Caillou isn't good.
Absolutely not.
Caillou doesn't.
Like, I
deserve
don't understand how,
anything.
like, that was, like, allowed. Like, to be, like, cause to show kids, you know? Like, cause that's just, like, bad behavior.
We read the books.
Mine, best show ever.
Mm-hmm.
Imagination Movers.
was a good
So underrated. Like, not as many people watch it as, you know, like, the mainstream, like, Dora the Explorer, Diego. Big
You were
fans
just
of
a
both.
Nickelodeon kid.
I was...
Those
True.
cartoons.
Really?
Like Dora and stuff.
Dora's
and Diego.
Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Mhm.
For real?
Yeah, those are all like, yeah.
That's crazy.
What do
So,
you think she was?
But, like, I don't know. I don't... just general. But Imagination Movers was Disney.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was just some friends getting together, doing fun stuff, brainstorming, solving
House
problems. There was a mouse, there was a neighbor, there was another neighbor. You know what was so good? Super Y.
That was a good one.
That
I like
was
PBS
so good.
Kids.
PBS Kids was so
That was a
Because
good.
they had like the wild.
Wild
And
I did not watch Wild.
Special Agent
Wild
also.
Kratts is
That
so
was
good.
Disney.
Special Agent
It is
also.
so
That's
good.
Disney.
Special Agent also. is
Special
on
Agent Oso,
PBS
I
Kids.
watched that when I was
That's
like
Disney.
13. It was
stop.
it was
Don't
so
ruin it for
good.
her.
It's such a
You're
good.
just lying to her.
What?
You don't even know it. Special Agent Oso. I said, Kaitlyn, that's Disney. She goes, don't ruin it for Mary.
Special Agent Oso was so good. I would watch it now. Like if I went over
They
to
like
someone's house.
and then you like wash your hands, and then they like chop up the vegetables. Like there was like steps. It was structured. I like that.
And then he had
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
He had his little
The
little
Mickey Mouse
helper.
Clubhouse. It was very structured. You had the 4 things that they
Okay.
had to get through.
Hear me out. I come over to your house. You're like, Mary, we're watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I'm gonna be like, oh, Ellie, that's a little bit weird. You say, Mary, we're watching Special Agent Oso. I'm gonna be like, no way.
No, I definitely watch Mickey Mouse more than Special Agent Oso.
Nah.
Yeah.
You should totally watch Special
My
Agent
mom will
Oso
come
more.
home sometimes and be like, what are you watching? And be like, Mickey Mouse. I like Mickey Mouse. And Mickey is Once Upon a Christmas and Twice Upon a Christmas. I was a Mickey Mouse kid.
You know, like we got the good generation.
Yeah.
We got to grow up with like a mixture of both, you know, technology and like kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, we were getting there. Did you have a VTech thing?
I did have a VTech. That was the best.
That was like the
ever!
start of like DS.
That was so good. I love this so much. Oh my gosh! And I had this, and they had the little games that went into the top of it. If I had a VTech
What
today,
was the topic that we didn't understand?
I would have
I forgot what the topic
so much
was.
fun. You know what? Okay.
Yes,
I don't know
they
what
were
topic
so
is
fun
that.
because
They were so
and they were like they were a lot of like Nickelodeon. It was like Dora and like stuff like that. I'm trying to think what else we.
I totally forgot about those.
2 o'clock in the morning.
I thought it was.
Who's driving around at 2 o'clock
What's
in the
that car
morning?
coming back?
Same time.
Dolo.
Yes. I think those are neighbors.
Yeah, yeah,
With the dog.
Yes. Oh, what was I saying?
I don't know, but
Because it's 2 in the morning at this point. Like, what are you doing out? We are sitting in the driveway.
right in a neighborhood. Like it's not like
Yeah.
It's not good.
Because
imagine if someone
where's
was
open?
walking.
Oh, that'd be really scary.
We probably would not get out of the car for the rest of the night.
We'd drive
what
them
if-
over.
Oh my god, I'm
I'd
scared.
get-
We're done.
I'm back with them up.
No, wait, please, because I want to share my skirt.
Okay.
What if someone? What if someone came up to the window and knocked on it?
And asked you to roll your window.
I'd put it in my window. I'd be like, come in here, baby.
We're in a car. We could get out of here, babe.
You're so right.
But what if they had a friend behind the car and I hit them?
Then that
Then
would
that'd
be
be
good.
good.
We could drive to my house.
You're way too good for this.
Dude, we could drive to my house because we wouldn't come back here, right?
You're
At
so
any
right.
point during the night. We'd have to drive
Okay,
away.
what
and
if I
then
come back,
to
they're
my
still
house.
here?
But you'd come back during the day.
But what if they're still here?
It's just better during the day. I'm just afraid of the dark.
I'm also afraid of the dark. I think it's time to wrap this up a little bit. This was Things We Don't Understand, and then it turned into Things We Love also.
Movies and TV shows.
Reminiscing.
Yes,
Yeah.
always.
And so, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like
Our
and
first
subscribe.
video of 2023.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
With a good addition.
With an addition that said like 2 words the whole time.
With an addition that's been whispering to Ellie this whole time.
Talk! There was no need for whispering to Ellie. And why Ellie?
So thank you to all of Kaitlyn's friends who are our subscribers.
Yes. I'd like to shout out Alex and Mrs. Jean.
We love you.
My teachers.
Alright, so stay magical.
Whoosh.